Colby, you know what you gotta do to get out of anything?
No, Barry, what's that?
You gotta be bold and think pink. Those are not rules to
That
live
is
by.
a tagline for a porno.
Oh, God. The pink makes it sound so predatory, too. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This.
Healthy music.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new month of Who Watches This. Thank you for joining us.
Let me tell you, take a second to just say thank you guys so much for joining us on this journey.
Yeah.
As we boldly step closer and closer to 200 episodes. Well, we couldn't have done this without you guys. Well, yeah. I mean, we could have, but it's way more fun with you.
Yeah. So, what's it called? So for this month, we are doing direct-to-DVD sequels. Now, some of these might not be direct sequels from the original theatrical release, as today's movie isn't, but it's a part of the realm.
Right.
It is considered still a sequel, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as saying this was like a spin-off. This is like a real sequel.
Yeah, this is, it's still the same name.
Yeah.
But before we get to tell you what the movie is about, we'll do a little ditty for you, which it was kind of hard for this. Two woods trying to do good in the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, but they might get thwarted by the harass of a tycoon. Will their downfall come soon? Let's find out in the 2009 sequel of Legally Blonde, Legally Blondes. This also sounds like a porno.
Right.
Oh, man. So, Colby, before we actually get started onto this...
Right, because you always you have the pornos that are like... that are just like a spoof on the name.
Yeah.
Jurassic Pork and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think one of the ones I've seen, I remember going into an adult store, I was like, Pirates of the Caribbean and the Black Cock.
Yeah, right.
So... it's funny. I live for like funny porno pun names. It's just... So before we talk about the movie,
our new segment, as we make a porn name for every movie going forward.
That'd be kind of funny. Colby, have you watched any of the Legally Blonde series?
I definitely watched the first one. Mm-hmm. There is a sequel too, right?
I think there's 3.
And this is the 3rd.
No, I think this is the 4th.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, yeah.
Because I think I've seen 2. I definitely 100% seen 1. I think I saw 1 in the theater.
You're like, ooh, Reese Witherspoon, come to daddy. Just kidding. See, Legally Blonde. Okay, maybe. Okay, I think there is just 2.
What? Legally Blonde, the musical? Why did we not watch that one?
Wait, hold on. There is a... Oh, no. Damn. I thought there was a Legally Blonde 3, but that one's in negotiations.
Oh, still to be determined.
This is where Elle Woods becomes Supreme Court judge.
Oh.
It's illegal for anyone to wear white after every day. Okay, so you definitely seen it. It's definitely one of those... I was surprised by the original Legally Blonde movie. I was like, well, I mean... It's kind of... I wouldn't say it's outside of the realm of possibility, just because... Well, I mean, honestly, she could just buy her way into Harvard law.
Right.
Like, me and Colby don't know the ins and outs of buying your way into school, as well as the girl from Full House, but... But I'm pretty sure that option was on the table, and and obviously her trying at the last semester of college was able to get her at least into the school.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it ended up just being a really decent feel-good movie.
Right. It was kind of like it always made me feel like this is where Clueless is going to continue into.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
kind of like.
Oh yeah, because in Clueless, she was the daughter of a Beverly Hills lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh, and then obviously being with 90s hunk Paul Rudd.
That's right.
Paul Rudd was like the everyday man of the 90s. He was the Jason Biggs of the 90s. Because, like, it's funny, like, Paul Rudd, like, initially I didn't think of him. I thought of him as a normal dude.
Yeah.
But, like, the fact that he's, like, a vampire and he stayed looking like he did an overnight delivery, which was with Reese Witherspoon.
Right.
Ooh, connection.
Yep.
Now he's handsome. Now everyone's like, oh, he's so handsome. But yeah, like, yeah, that's actually a really cool, like, little, oh, this could have been Clueless.
Right. Yeah, I'm like it because I really enjoyed that kind of movie, and so this just kind of spun. It was like you were growing up with the
people that you grew up with, and I mean, Clueless is such a huge. That is another 90s, like, masterpiece. Such a time capsule for the time.
And that was always so it makes it like that was part of the reason I originally started watching Scrubs was because I felt like that guy was like, oh, he was in Clueless and now he's in Scrubs.
Oh, Daniel Fiazon. Oh yeah, what a blow up for him though, from Beverly Hills wannabe gangster to surgeon, head surgeon at a certain point in Scrubs history.
Right.
So you're just following actors.
Yeah, you look back and it's the same universe. In my head, it's the same universe. You're just like, hey, you could be a punk in high school and then still make it.
Donald Faison, another vampire. Dude still looks really good for his age.
Right, especially you see the T-Mobile commercials or whatever with the two of them, and you're like, whoa, how does he look so young and the other guy has aged?
Zach Braff.
Zach has hit the wall.
I think it's just like, Zach worry. I heard Zach is not a very pleasant person. That's what I've heard. That's what's in the sphere out there. So that could be it. Donald Faison, he kind of looks like the guy who just lets, like, it's like water off his back. He's like, all right, man, whatever, that's cool.
Right. Yes, I feel like between the two, if you interrupted Zach's dinner to ask him for an autograph, he would not be happy with you. Yeah. But on the other hand, the other guy just be like, pull your chair up, join us. Appetizers are on me.
Yeah, it'll be so funny if one day we meet them.
Right.
And Zach Braff is like, I am not like that.
Yeah. We were listening to your podcast and no appetizers for you.
He's like, you're just proving my point right now, Zach Braff. But the original Legally Blonde movie had a bunch of charm. A bunch of charm to it. I think it was, like, actually a pretty positive spin on a lot of, like, girls my age that watched it. When I was, like, in middle school or high school, probably freshman year. It's like, oh, look at this girl who is pretty superficial and is like, I just want to be a trophy wife. But then she learns to be able to, like, she learns that she can be that really smart, talented, more than a housewife type of girl. Right. And because you act dumb doesn't mean you are dumb. Yeah, exactly. Kinda. And so, like, it was a really cool spin. This movie has none of that charm.
This movie to me felt like Nickelodeon was hey, we really liked Legally Blonde. we're going to make that into a series.
Yeah, it does feel like a TV movie.
Yeah.
And it might have been. I didn't do too much of a hard deep dive. I was like, that has to be directed.
And I didn't ever really watch The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Oh yeah, neither did
But
I.
like afterwards, kind of was looking into this, and I was like, oh, the two of them were on that with Zach and Cody, which is funny because that's a Nickelodeon show, and I had already made that
connection.
My brain had already said this is like a Nickelodeon show, so it was funny that it turned out that they used to be part of the Nickelodeon universe.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, and then we have like a couple.
Or was that Disney? I can't remember.
Zach and Cody? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is Disney. It's funny enough though. I was like, man, the most famous person in here is Booger.
Booger, yes.
I was like, man, that guy's just taking any roles at this point.
Yeah.
He shows up in the most random places.
Right, and he is never not Booger.
Yeah, that role is cemented.
It was like it took me like literally like 15 movies for Jake Gyllenhaal to not be Bubble Boy, because I really liked Bubble Boy, and then he was just every movie after that he was Bubble Boy. I think it maybe like Brokeback Mountain is like the one where I was like, oh, he's no longer Bubble Boy. But that's Booger, and he's never in a part that's big enough to break him away from Booger. He's just.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I had a joke. I was like, well, Heath Ledger make sure he broke that bubble, boy. No, you know what? Actually, yeah, I can see what you're saying, but he actually made a pretty decent villain in the Supernatural series. He plays Metatron, who's the scribe of God, and spoiler alert, but I mean, it's 15 seasons. If you guys haven't seen it, you probably are never going to watch it. Yeah, he becomes like this pretty decent villain in there.
Okay.
But it's still very Booger, though. It's like if he never met Rick Moranis. I don't know who that guy actually is. He kind of just reminds me of Rick Moranis. And he just continued being like, this unlovable nerd.
And it's funny if we say, hey, we knew Booger from Revenge of the Nerds, where he was going to college and possibly graduated and became a teacher. So, all the same universe. We're just connecting everything.
Oh, but yeah, let's get into talking about this movie, boy. This movie starts off with like a little montage of London. So we've kind of figured out where we are, but these two blonde girls who is named, was it Annie and Izzy?
Yep.
Yeah. They're out shopping, and it doesn't seem like they're fairly rich, because when they get to one of the stores, she's like, one of the sisters like, oh, we're gonna hustle this guy. Right. And they're like, excuse me, but there's this stitch that's not supposed to be on there, and I don't think that's quite acceptable.
And this piece of fabric was on the half price table, even though it wasn't supposed to be. Yeah,
and then like they do a little hair flip. This is this version. This version's thing of the what is it called? The bend and snatch or whatever. The snatch and whatever it was called, and they keep doing this synchronized hair flip.
Yep, flip and wave.
Oh, flip and wave, and the guy's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, hot twins." I have the authority to give you guys a discount. Don't worry. And then maybe in the back.
And then as they leave, they're like, never pay retail.
Oh. What are they, thieves? Oh, no, is it never pay full price?
Well,
or is it retail?
I thought they said retail, but maybe it's full price.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, oh my god, these girls are fucking thieves, man. And
but they still paid for it. They just bargained.
Yeah, they just bargained. All right, it's not like they're at the freaking bazaar in Aladdin. Like,
yeah,
haggling. Jesus, it's not a thrift market. But no, it was. So they end up going home and they're talking to their father. I don't know. Wait, what happened to their mother?
She passed away.
Oh, so she passed away, and the dad is like, hey, maybe we could do a change of scenery, before I family annihilation.
Yep.
Because he's depressed, but like this is a pretty light movie, so it's not going to show him like
Yeah.
going to the bar and pounding out some drink.
Right. They made it that it was like, this is far enough since mom's passing that dad is just ready to move on, but he's no longer sulking.
Yeah, and he's like, well, maybe this move will be good. Everything in London reminds dad of mom. Like,
Right.
that's where mom gave dad a blowjob behind that bar.
They did not say that in the movie. They just say that.
Oh, I absolutely would have loved it if they're like, well, mom gave dad a handy in that movie theater. They never reupholstered it, so his stains are still there. Oh, this movie would have been so much better with this kind of dialogue. But no, so they end up like what's it called? Their cousin, who is Elle Woods, played by Reese Witherspoon in the original series, is like, well, I have an open house because she is now a lobbyist in DC.
Yes.
And obviously Elle Woods being like this very what's it called, like, I don't know, was a lawful good person. She's probably like lobbying for like some good benefits, right? But she's like, yeah, I have
electric cars or
electric cars, cleaning up the ocean.
Yeah.
Hair products. I don't know.
No animal testing. There we
No
go.
animal testing. Yeah, because Baxter.
Yes.
But no, she's like, she opens up the house to them. She's like, you guys can go to my prestigious, posh private school.
Right.
Under my recommendation.
Yep, that's where I went to school, and all you have to do is walk my 2 little chihuahuas.
Oh no, I think she had gifted them.
Yeah, I think they
Baxter, right? And so, but then obviously the dad's not really well off, so they get in on a partial scholarship. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure the other half is like, I think maybe the dad is like taking care of the house, so Elle's like sending money, which is like really nice,
Right.
And so they start the school year. Oh no! But first we have to have a shopping montage.
Right. Oh, because got to get new American clothes for their new American school.
And I was like, man, this movie, like, I was like, all right, if you're shopping on like Rodeo Drive or whatever, I was like, you got to give these girls more bags than Sanrio. Like, we got to get our stationery on. I was like, no, you got to give these girls like a Louis Vuitton bag. Make it, but then again, I was like, oh, but they're not rich, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But they find a shop there, and they're like, oh, Flippin' Wave.
Right. Flippin' Wave.
And it's funny because like as they're in Hollywood or whatever, Beverly Hills, they're like, we are in the fashion capital of the world. And I was like, no, you're not. You're on Rodeo Drive. But yeah, they try to haggle at the shop.
Yeah, and the shopkeeper wants nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
They're
she's
like, why don't you just leave till you can afford it?
She's like, sorry, no broke bitches. Yeah, because they're like, this stitch is like totally not it.
Yeah.
And it's like it's very unbecoming. So I feel like maybe a 15% discount.
Yep.
I was like, dude, even at that shop, 15% is like not a lot off.
Yeah, right.
So, maybe they're just spending their mom's like inheritance money. But no, yeah, they're like, no, get out of here. She's like, you gotta get out of here. I'm sorry. The store's reputation is subtly going down as long as you guys are in here. But no, we cut away to them in their uniforms, and
because it was that was a little cute thing. They get home and they're kind of all depressed because they didn't get new clothes, and Dad's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, uniforms."
All right, and I'm like, yeah, and I was like, I thought all the schools had uniforms across the pond, but they're like, oh, it's so itchy and all this stuff, so they're complaining about it. But they do end up starting school. And what's it called? As they're walking into this whole scenario, they're trying to find the dean,
right,
of the school, and the dean already has it out for them because she's like, Woods,
yeah, because she hated Elle Woods because she outsmarted her
at every turn, you know. And I was like, oh, that's such a great little like back lore or back history, because then like when it was something that she cared about, she was able to put in the work, and she like implemented like Fashion Fridays, Tai Chi Tuesdays, which after they had this meeting, she's like, you guys better read these rules, and here's the contract, and like the fine print is like extra small.
It was like the Willy Wonka contract.
And she's like, well, if you want to read all the rules, here it is. And she gives them like one of those like thick, it's like if you got the encyclopedia for V&W. It's like super thick. They're like, okay. But yeah, and then like her assistant is like, oh, I think you need Tai Chi Tuesdays. You're so wound up right now. No, so they end up having some a work study kid come to help them get set up for class. Yeah. And this kid is actually he's gotten a decent amount of work. He was the lead of Final Destination 4, which is the worst one. It is the worst one. They fully went hog in the whole 3D aspect of it. But he's also the teacher that fucks his students in the Scream MTV series.
Interesting.
I worded that in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
Oh man, but this kid's hair is horrendous, and I was like, I can't say anything. It's 2009. I knew guys with that hair.
Yeah, there's like a cycle. It was like there was some bad hair in the 80s. There was some bad hair in the 90s. There was some bad hair in the 2000s.
But I feel like I was like also like this guy's hair. It's Asian dude hair. I saw a lot of Asian dudes with that hair. Yes, and I was like, was he originally supposed to be Asian? Because that would have been really progressive. Right? No, but it's pretty obvious that I think it was Annie that was really interested in him. He's like, oh, you work in the IT department? Ooh, I heard the future of tech is gonna skyrocket in it. And I want to be on the ground floor on my knees. No, I'm just kidding. No. So they end up
again. This like if you were like, hey Seth Rogen, could you write some jokes in this? Like, I don't know.
No, but they get shown to a class, and we actually get introduced to a girl named Tiffany Donahue. Yes. Who at this point in time is showing off. Might as well be Stark Tech. You want to explain what she's showing off, Kobe?
Yeah, so she's like got the iPhone 12.
It's like the iPhone 35. What this phone can do.
Yeah, it's pretty advanced. What's it? Uber phone?
Yeah, which I was like, is this where Uber got their idea?
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it's got holograms. It's got
it's near perfect hologram.
Yeah, it can like read or steal information off of other computers. It's
crazy. Yeah, it is like on some Mr. Robot like tech. Right. That stuff. I was like, wow, that's super.
It's the phone that like Elon Musk actually has, but he just is like, nobody else needs this.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so like one of the twins sits on her chair, and oh my god, I was like, are we in the Harry Potter universe? These chairs are so huge.
Right. We're not in England. Those are English chairs.
Those are English chairs. But she's like, hey, you're in my seat, and it actually has like a placard of her name on it.
Right, because it's like, does it got your name on it? Yes, actually it does.
It does. She's like, okay. So she moves up, and she goes back to talking to like her boyfriend, and then she sees the girl again in her seat, and she's like, hey, are you dumb? I just told you to get out of my chair. She's like, we've never met before.
Right, because she does not realize these twins.
Yeah. And then the other sister is like, hey, we got a seat in the back. And she's like, oh my God, there's two of them. Yep. Disgusting.
Yeah. And all the guys are all like, ooh, blonde twins.
Oh. Yeah, all these teenage boys are just, they're 6 to midnight. Every pants in that room got tighter. Like, ooh, twin. Oh my gosh. But this is where we actually learned that the teacher is Booger from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yep.
You know what? Even though he's Booger and everything, he's still he always brings it. He's always fun to watch.
Yeah.
But you know, he's teaching history and he's like this huge history buff. And she's like, oh, hey, can you guys tell us? We're doing one of the biggest events in America. And she's like, I don't know. The Harry Potter release or something. She's just
something. Yeah.
She's like, no, we're talking about the American Revolution. And Tiffany, who is like, well, I have to show them how smart I am. And she does a little historical like quiff or whatever, quotes.
Right.
And then the other one is like, well, I read a brilliant paper done by my sister. And it's like, oh, we didn't send our very best. So you're lucky. Otherwise, you guys would be talking like me right now.
Right.
Oh,
and
man.
the teacher's like, oh, I love it when we have, new perspectives.
Oh, yeah, because the American the education system does definitely teach you every aspect of history. No, but then we get to lunch. Tiffany is like, I have to break these girls.
Right.
So, like, she befriends them. She's, like, very fake, though. She's like, oh, hey, sorry about that. You know, like, it's just kind of crazy how everything is. And I probably came off a little too strong. I hope that we can mend these fences.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're like, okay, so let's mend these fences. But they try to talk to the guy. I forgot the IT guy. What's his name? Chris Lopez, I believe is his name. I was like, oh, he's Hispanic now. Okay. But Tiffany's like, oh, don't talk to them. They're broke boys.
Yeah.
They're scholarship kids.
Right.
And Annie, I believe, is the one who's like, well, actually, and he's like, shh.
Yeah.
We have to get in with the it girls.
Right. We don't need to tell them that we're also poorish.
We're worse. We're broke We're broke and we're from across the pond. And so we get to the end of the school day. She gets picked up by like this, what is like an SUV limo.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, that thing looks like it needs its own area code.
And she just, you can tell how spoiled she is because she just kind of just drops her bag on the ground. And it's like, pick that up for me.
Fuck off. I would have been so pissed. Like, it was too much effort for her to like get into the car with the extra bag. She was like, oh no.
Right.
Here you go, poor people. It is almost like exaggerated levels of villainy.
Yeah.
In this like class system they have in this school. But she tries to infiltrate their whole system. She's like, well, there has to be something wrong with them. So she's like, all right, how about tomorrow you guys want to come over?
Right. Yep.
And, we're like, oh, so they get picked up and they go over to her house and they're like, oh my God, you have a trampoline? Huh. I have two.
One for me and one for my trainer.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what I was like. Why do you need two trampolines? Like I was so in my head about this. I was like, what is going on? Because the next segment is even more just. It is ludicrous. It is lunacy. Like, I don't. They start to have like a jump contest.
Yeah, like they're like, can you do this? And they're like, yeah, of course I can do that. But can you do this?
It almost feels like a Dr. Gadget like spoof because then we have like this montage of flips.
Right? Yeah, it's like Ernest goes to trampoline camp.
Yeah, it is Ernest levels of goofiness because it's not even like at normal speed. They're like speeding it up a little bit.
Yeah,
and they're doing like a bunch of like just random flips.
Parkour.
Yeah, until one of the girls like she falls off and she assumably hurts her neck because the next day we do see her with a neck brace.
Right.
But she's like, I'll have my driver take you home. I pooped myself. I would too. That's why I never got into trampolines. I was like, what if I land wrong and then I like vault myself across the wall?
Yeah, I've done trampoline a little, and like, yeah,
It's dangerous.
You come down wrong, and like you do the splits, and then your face hits the trampoline like between your legs, and it's you're like, oh yeah, no, my back is gonna feel like I got hit by a truck for the next 4 days. It's awesome.
Turned into a pretzel. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
right.
I was always too scared to do trampolines. I was like, I'll jump on it. That's it. I'm not doing anything crazy on that.
Right. So, like, I used to do so I used to swim competitively, but I did a little bit of diving, so I could do flips and that kind of stuff.
Oh, what?
And so on a trampoline of like, my head's like, of course it's just exactly the same thing, but when you know, water is much more forgiving. Like if you kind of come down sideways on the trampoline, you like feel like you broke your neck.
Oh yeah, especially on like the metal parts.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm jumping up and down, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next day, the girl that Tiffany has or is like dating is like, hey Izzy, do you want to go on a date with me to the formal that they have in the Queen Mary? I could only assume.
Yep.
And she's like, oh, aren't you Tiffany's beau? And she's like, oh, well, you know, it's just, nothing's set in concrete, you know. And Tiffany sees this, she's like, I'm going to go over to their house and find out, because they have to have some dirt on them.
Yeah.
So she goes
Talking
over.
to my man.
Yeah, talking to my man with his $400 bedazzled shoes.
So ugly as shoes.
Colby, high fashion doesn't need an explanation.
It's so true.
So, but she ends up going to their house, and she's like, oh, it's quaint compared to her house. I mean, it is still like a fairly good house because it is Elle Woods' house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's still an impressive house.
Yeah. And so, like, you know, she's like, okay, they have a nice house, whatever. But the dad comes in. He's like, oh, hey, I have some treats for you guys. And then the two girls go to the bathroom or something, or they go get more drinks. I forgot what they left the room for.
Or walk the dogs. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Oh, maybe walk the dogs. Yeah.
For some reason they both leave.
And then so Tiffany's, oh, you know, everything's so nice. Well, and the dad's like trying to be a good dad. He's like, oh, hey, I just want to like thank you, you know, for you know, being friends with my kids. You know, moving obviously is a hard thing for anybody,
right?
Especially at those like tender years. And she was just like, yeah, you know, it's so. I mean, I'm just so thankful that Elle got us into that school, and she was able to procure us a scholarship. And she's like,
right,
you're poor. And oh my god. And so the next day when they roll into school, they're trying to like say hello to everybody, and the looks of disgust throughout the hallways.
It's now like, oh,
it's
those
palpable.
are the poor kids.
Oh. They're like, oh, don't breathe the same air as me. I don't want to catch the poor. And they're like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, well, Tiffany let us know that you're scholarship kids.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, Tiffany would never do that. And then Tiffany comes in and is like, oh, I'm sorry. I feel like I have to take a shower being around so much poor people. I love the cartoonishness of like villains like this.
Yeah.
And so they try to go to Chris, and they go to their table, and they're like, hey, sorry that we kind of stopped talking to you for the last 2 days.
Right. We've been here 2 days.
We just didn't want anyone else to find out that we're poor like you. No, they have a pretty sincere apology, but like they're like, yeah, that's fine. We're cool. It's not like they were ever really outwardly hateful towards them,
right?
And so it's easier to forgive that.
It was more tiffs. It was like, don't talk to them.
Yeah. Oh, disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're middle class. Because we do see that like the Donahues have bought a good amount of buildings for the school. It's cool.
Right.
But no. So they're able to so they're able to make up, and they're like, oh well, let's be friends. And they and this is how we know the house is pretty impressive, because they do have them over to the house, and they're at this beautiful pool,
Right.
overlooking the city.
Yeah.
Above the smog of LA.
Right, up in the hills.
I'm pretty sure I heard one of the kids like, I've never breathed fresh air like this. And they hang out, they start having fun. They go to like a thrift store with everybody. And one of the twins start harassing one of the girls behind the counter, this has to be the funniest moment of this film. Because they're like, oh my God, this was miscorrectly placed. We have to go complain and maybe we'll get a discount. I was like, oh my God, future Karens.
Oh, right, yep.
And they go up to this poor register woman and they're like explaining the situation, and then they do the flip and wave. And how do you, okay, if someone came up to you at your old store,
right,
and they're like, hey, there's a nick on this $500 card, can you bring it down to $250? And they did the flip and wave.
I don't know if the flip and wave is gonna really knock that much money off of something.
Yeah, but they keep doing it in synchronization, and you're like, all right, you guys are freaking me.
It's like a hypno power. Like they're just, if we keep doing this, you will obey. Flip and wave, now obey.
Yeah, because they're not saying anything as they flip and wave. They're just flipping and waving.
Right. And like the English, like in England, the store, it's a cute guy, and then you flip and wave to like the cute guy, and then he's gonna be all like, twins, ha,
twins,
discount for pretty girls. But this one was
a woman,
right?
She was like probably college,
and she was just like, I don't know what to do, please. Take a discount and go away.
Yeah, that would freak me the fuck out if you're just like flipping and waving and smiling at me, and it's like not like a sexy smile. It's like, we're gonna ruin your life smile.
Yes, yeah.
And then like and then Chris, they go to another store. They find those shoes that Justin is wearing, the $400 shoes, and he's like coming over it. He's like, oh my God, these are my dream shoes.
Yeah.
Look how sparkly they are. And they're like, oh my God, $400? No, thank you. and they get into the whole idea of like, because the scholarship kids talk about how like, well, yeah, they kind of implanted this whole idea that like, poor is a bad thing, or like less privileged is a terrible thing. And so, and they're like, and we feel so drab in these clothing. So this whole shopping thing was to get material to customize their things.
Yep. Because they're like, we've read the rules. We know how you can accessorize these without, going outside the bounds of school dress code.
Yeah, and so the next day they come in and they're like, oh my God, like all the eyes are on them. Two girls are like, you have to customize my uniform too.
That's right, because it was all like, if they're going to stare at us because we're poor, they at least should stare at us because we're dressed well.
It's like the difference between a dollar coin and a dollar bill.
Yes. Yep.
But then obviously the teacher's like, you guys can't do this. And this is kind of where we get the first glimpse of what the original Legally Blonde thing is. Because she's like, well, actually, article this says that we could do this within these bounds. And so the dean is like super pissed about this whole situation.
Right. Yeah.
And then towards like now, we're kind of getting to a portion of the movie where it all just blends together for me. Because like now everyone's kind of like, Tiffany's taking her own time with whatever. She's like, whatever, fuck you poor people.
Right.
And Chris is trying to get advice from Izzy on how to date Annie.
Yeah.
Right? But then Annie's looking at them and they're like, well, you guys are way too close.
Right, because the two twins, like, you have one that's a little more outgoing, one that's a little more reserved, and this guy likes the more reserved one, but he's become good friends with the outgoing one.
Yeah.
And so she's trying to be the wingman.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what you need to do to get get her to like you.
Yeah, you just gotta ask her out. She, we do know that Annie has like a public speaking situation, or she has a bad time doing that as well later, I think. But yeah, and she's like, oh, okay, well, I don't like how close you guys are getting, and then for some reason, this is where Tiffany is, all right, time for me to attack.
Right.
Because she goes to Annie. Because
she's like saying to her friend, she's like, hey, if I can't find something to take them both down, then I'm just going to drive a wedge between them and watch them fight each other.
Oh, and this is actually, I was like, that's a really good plan. That's very Mean Girls.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, this is how girls fight. Guys will just be like, I'm going to fuck you up. Let's go. But she's like, yeah, this is like, that was like another interesting portion of this movie. I was like, oh, that's a really devious plan.
Yeah.
Because she goes up to Annie. She's like, Izzy, I think it was not cool that you went to the back with Chris and made out.
Yeah, I know your sister liked him, so
that's dirty.
That's just dirty.
Yeah. And then she goes to Izzy, and she's like, Annie, I think it's just so messed up that your sister is always like, my sister's so stupid.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, you guys are sisters.
She's not gonna make it without me.
Yeah. And I'm like, but you guys are sisters. You guys should know each other better. Like,
right?
To not believe the girl that told everybody that you're disgustingly poor.
Yes. Yeah. If it just kind of was like coming out of nowhere, but yeah. You the girl who's already, your enemy.
Yeah. What would have been better is if they had gotten like another random girl.
Right.
And she's like, hey, you scholarship poor kid. Here's $5. Maybe you could feed your family. But you got to tell Annie and Izzy this. That would have been
right.
Extra devious.
Yeah.
Right. But
because they could have got the other girl who was scholarship girl, and they'd be like, hey, you're too cool for these. We know you're scholarship girl, but you can come be friends with us if you help us.
Drive a wedge between them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But then, like, what's it called? We do kind of learn later on that Justin has this guy that's with him, and he's a scholarship kid, but he has kept it on the down low.
Right.
But he allows Justin to kind of treat him like crap because he's like, hey, go sharpen my pencil. You know I hate that noise.
The noise of the pencil sharpener, it irritates my ears. My delicate ears.
It's the sound the poor makes. It's their stomachs rumbling from not being fed. But because in they plan to study to really kill the exams that are coming up because they're scholarships. So obviously they have an academic rating to uphold, and all that stuff. And Annie, was it Annie or Izzy? It's the outgoing one that's a little bit academically challenged.
Yes.
Right, and so they all start studying together. But one of the days, they forget the notes in the classroom, and so what's it called? Chris is like, hey, I got the master key because I'm in IT, and it's the only one. I was like, first of all, that's way too much power to give a child.
Yeah, I got the 000 key that opens every door.
Yes, this guy's a Batman villain at this point.
Right, yep.
But he's like, oh, here, let's go, Izzy. Let's go grab it. And they grab it, but like Izzy,
it's because it's no longer in the classroom because the professor locked it in his office to just to make sure nothing happens to it. And so they're like, well, we'll just go into the office and grab it.
Oh yeah, which is again too much power for one child to have.
Right, and then they go in, and while they're in there, she loses her pink bracelets.
Yeah, her matching bracelets.
She and her sister have matching bracelets. But yeah, she drops it and somehow doesn't notice.
Yeah,
I guess you're trying to be sneaky and grab your book and just go, and maybe you're not paying that much attention.
I don't know.
Distracted.
Yeah, like I used to wear I used to have a necklace I used to wear a lot, and I felt that snap during PE, and I was like, oh man,
right?
You feel that, but it's a movie. You need plot devices to keep it going.
And then at some point, the janitor lady has the hots for Booger.
Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, like earlier in the movie, Tiffany totally disrespects this Hispanic lady. She's like, "Yeah, clean that shit up." That's basically how she says it to this lady.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I forgot. Oh yeah, because they're like, she compliments them on their uniforms.
Yes.
But then they notice that she keeps staring at Booger.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, he's just so smart. You know, he knows so much history." I was like, "What is going on?"
And they're like, all you got to do is give him the flip and wave.
Yeah, and it's so funny though because like they keep cutting to Booger and he just looks like one. He's just like kind of like slumped over, like has given up on life.
He really does kind of give the persona of like
Depression.
every high school teacher that's been broken.
Like they're just counting down the years to retire.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, they're able to do that, and then, but because after that, after they get the stuff, they've run into Justin's little lackey, and he's like, "Oh," man, and then like his dad pulls up, and he's, "Oh man, so I guess my dad had the gardener come pick me up." I was like, "Wow."
Right. Yep.
In front of this lady, and she's like, they ask her, she's like, "Hey, what's going on with him?" He's like, "Okay, he works late because he's a scholarship kid, but he doesn't want everyone to know he's poor. But that secret's just with us." I was like, "I'm telling everybody."
Right. Yep.
So they do the test the next day, but the fire alarm gets pulled. Oh, well, before that, Izzy is she's like sharpening her pencils.
Right.
One of the girls says something again. Oh, she says something in the line of like, "You're never. Oh, my sister cannot beat me in this test or whatever." All right, and then the other guy comes and was like, "You're like, oh, what are you doing? You hate the sound of sharpening pencils."
Right.
But he's able to sneak away. Oh, we do learn later that he sneaks away. He pulls the fire alarm before the test start.
Yeah.
And as they're coming back, again, like the editing in this movie is pretty jarring, so it's kind of it's super hard to really talk about this. But like they notice that Tiffany runs to Justin and they're like hug, and she's like, "Oh, what was that about?" So they end up doing the test. Izzy's able to get like a 98. She actually beats Annie by like 2-3 points.
Yeah.
But Booger is like, "Here's your test, but oh, looky, we got some cheaters here."
Right.
And he names Chris and Izzy.
Yep.
And then like they go to the dean, is like, "Well, you're the only child. You're the only person in this entire school that has this master."
Right. And it was broken off in the lock.
"Yeah. Can you please bring out your master key?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And it's like, "Oh my God, it's broken." And she has the broken piece. She's like, "Well, look at that. It just fits like a glove."
Yep. And right next to where the test answers were, we found your bracelet.
Yeah. So like, can you provide that you have the bracelet on, or do you not? Yeah. It's so terrible. Oh, sorry. Before this though, like during the fire alarm thing, Tiffany's like, "Oh, hey, I saw you kiss whatever Chris again or whatever." And then as they're trying to go back in to get something, she notices the sister and the boy go back into the sneak away.
Right.
So it's like I was like, "Oh, I didn't want to believe her at first, but now that I've seen them sneaking away, and we just know how much Mom used to love doing things in."
Handy's in the theater.
Handy's in the theater. She comes back into the building. She slips on something. Like, what was that? It smells like bleach. No, but she barges in and she's like, "Oh, actually, in the rule book it says that people can defend themselves."
Right. Yeah. They can. Go in front of the student council.
Yeah, trial and jury.
Yeah.
But like she leaves and she's like, "Oh, you." But then like she does that, but then she's like, "You guys are just cheaters, and you guys are traitors."
Right.
And they have like a pretty short falling out.
Yeah.
Because they get home and they're like, "We have to. I'm getting expelled."
Dad's like, "Just go talk to her."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, I will." And she goes out there and they talk, and they're like, "Oh, yeah." Okay.
She's like, why did we believe Tiffany? It's
Right.
so insane. Because like Izzy is like, Chris is so in love with you. And he just wants advice, and I was just trying to give it to him.
Right.
And you're misunderstanding. And I studied really, really hard for that. You helped me. Because the dad is like, she had the best tutor in the world.
Yep.
But now you're mad that she succeeded? Wow. Like, he does that parent guilt trip thing. Like,
Yep.
how could you be mad at your sister for succeeding in something that you helped her do?
Yeah.
I'm not raising a piece of shit.
But it's that weird jealousy. You're like, of
Yeah.
course, I want you to pass. I just don't want you to pass as much as I pass.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we've all felt that. You
Yeah.
know? It's like if you were training somebody at swimming, like back then.
Right, and then they beat you in the finals of the race.
Yeah, it's like
You're like,
you're
you
so
hell, god damn it.
It's very Obi-Wan and Anakin, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh man, but no. So they make up. We have this whole trial situation that happens. They do take a recess during the trial. I'm not gonna really go through this trial. I'm kind of just
Right, and then they do a lot of like little research with
Yeah.
the little the
They start investigating.
right
Yeah.
with the scholarship kids. All the poor kids get together to see if they could take down Tiffany.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible.
It's always a Tiffany, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It sounds like a villainous name at
It
this
is,
point.
yeah.
Well, yeah, the Justin kid, he falsely perjures himself. Commits perjury on the stand.
Yep.
But they do notice his shoes are leaving a mark on the chair that he's like scratching on.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that can't be $400 if it's like bleeding.
Because, and then they're like, oh, it's a $400 shoe. That's hand painted.
Oh my God.
That's why it's leaving little red smudge marks.
That's the worst. I'm not paying $400 for that.
I,
But then they somehow they took photos of the crime scene. And it's like,
Right.
look at all these red smudges. But what's it called? Izzy gets trapped in the bathroom by Justin, and so Annie has to get over her fear of public speaking. She goes out, pretends to be her sister.
Right.
Which I was like, that works. That tracks, because sometimes when you create a persona for yourself, you put your head in a different space.
right.
You're able to do it. And so she's like, I'm going to embody my sister and her fearlessness.
Yep.
And so they are able to produce the evidence, obviously, and because of this, Tiffany is like, all right, well, okay, all right, now that we did this, now what? Because I'm still rich, and my father is going to shut this place down.
Yeah.
And the dean was like, whoa, hold on. There's only one cowboy. There's only one sheriff in this town. And that's me. All right. You and Justin, I'm going to ban it. I will give you the worst punishment. This might as well be lifetime sentence.
Yeah.
You guys are going to public school.
Public school.
Oh no, not public education. No. And so the resolution of this film is that they sort of abolish this hatred of scholarship children.
Right. Yep.
Annie ends up with Chris. Izzy is like super confident now that she's able to learn how to study and get good grades. And then we get a screenshot or like a little tidbit of Tiffany and Justin, who is now banished to. Which I was like, wait, hold on. They're still rich. They could just go to another private school.
Right.
I was like, what is going on? Do they lose all their money as well? Like, this school is high stakes, if that's the case of losing a student council hearing. And the movie's done. We get a short tidbit of like bloopers.
Yeah.
During the post-credit scenes, and even the bloopers aren't funny.
Yeah, it's some extended scene kind of stuff.
It's just cut so it's cut like a TV show. I think that's what it was. I really wish they kind of at least put just a little bit more money into this, just a little bit,
Right?
Maybe like 100,000 more. But let's get to before we talk about our feelings of this movie, let's get to our other section, high star, low star. Colby?
So we got a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Quite funny, very cheesy, very girly, and pink. Not as good as the first two, but I rather liked it though. Extremely cheesy, very pink, and rather funny at times. It's not as good as the first two, but I rather liked it though. It wasn't keen on fake English accents though. I wasn't keen on the fake English accents though. But it is quite entertaining and a bit of comedy. I wish Reese Witherspoon was in it, though. I liked the idea that they added the cool designs and the badges and things to the boring uniform. I personally thought the film would have been awful, but I was wrong. It is rubbish good movie, if that makes sense. In ways, it was rubbish fake English accents, rather superficial and a bit too pink, but I was surprisingly good in a way. But I would recommend this to girls 11 to 15. I'm 14, though I was 13 when I last watched it. I doubt very much that boys would like this unless they fancied the twins, which is possible because they are kind of pretty and blonde.
Oh, man, if you are fancying these twins... I would suggest not to.
And interestingly, the twins are actually English, so they had real English accents.
Oh man, their English accents were so bad. Someone thought they were fake. That's bad. Wait, hold on. They're 29. So I could have definitely been like horny for these two during this time. Oh god, that sounds so bad. Our other one is 1 out of 10, which was like this. They had an overwhelming amount of 1 to 10. Don't watch this, please. I watched the second part of Legally Blonde and I liked it, and then I watched this at a friend's house, and I really didn't like it at all. The acting was beyond horrible. I later saw that the twins were pulled from an audience and became actresses, which is silly. And the accents were even worse. Not that, and that's coming from me. Okay. I'm no kind of expert, and I'm not from the UK, and I still saw how terrible the accents. It was also predictable. It was a kind of movie that should make you laugh, but never really does. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I didn't like the movie. If I didn't like it, who will? It's all fluffy, pink, and blonde, and glam, and it's all about the rich girls with great lives and a fairy tale house, and with a bunch of ugly clothes. And that they think is fancy. Overall, a huge waste of my time, and don't even think about watching it. Horrible. I don't think that's due to that. That's more due to the script and not the acting of these two girls.
Right. Yeah. And yes, so like I did watch a little bit of Where Are the Twins Now kind of thing. Okay. And so they did kind of get pulled from an audience in Zack and Cody, and then they were like at a Zack and Cody audition. And then they were asked because they were twins, and Zack and Cody are twins. So it was like, hey, you guys want to come be part of the show kind of thing?
Oh, because we need twins.
Yeah. You guys are cute and blonde, and you're the right age. Come. And then, so then this was their only movie.
Yeah.
And then they were supposed to have a Disney show that they had filmed at least a pilot of that they were hoping was going to get picked up, and it didn't after this. And then they became a group.
Yeah, they became like a pop group
and they released a couple songs. Yeah. And they were like the opening act for
Selena Gomez.
Yes, I think it was.
Another Disney royalty.
But then their mother got bladder cancer.
Oh, jeez.
And apparently that is a really, not like any cancer is a good cancer,
Yeah.
but apparently that is a really devastating one.
It's one of the bad ones.
And they kind of took a hiatus to be with their family and then just never really got back into acting afterwards.
They're probably like, well, that was a cool run. Hey, sometimes like that's a major event. That's a canon event, as Into the or Across the Spider-Verse would
Right?
talk about. Yeah, that could definitely change your life. So, this movie, it's funny is like they really have a decent acting skill set for like a TV situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, carrying a movie is a different story.
Right.
But yeah, this movie is it's just fun, I guess. If you're into you're like, oh, I need more Legally Blonde. I've already seen the musical and the plays. I need more. And it's like, oh my god, there's 2 of them now.
Right. Yeah, I could have totally seen them in a especially if they were in like a little group and they sang. I could totally have seen them be like not frontline, but like that second line cast in like a Glee or some kind of show like that.
Yeah, I think these 2 are great just for, they're great for TV.
Yeah.
Some people are awesome or amazing on TV, and then when you watch them in movies, like, that wasn't so great. Again, like, the premise is, like you said, these girls are from Disney. It felt like a Disney show or like a Disney made for TV type of movie.
Right.
I think what's called, I didn't see how their accents were bad, because it was like, I'm pretty sure these girls are British, so.
But yeah, that's the thing. It was like, I feel like they were kind of doing that, like, we will go back to Clueless. Clueless definitely had that kind of valley accent.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that, I'm sure in Britain there's probably, or in England, there is Essex. There's like that accent, and then so it's a little bit different than the Harry Potter accent and stuff that people are used to, so it sounds fake.
Yeah, I remember I saw this video. I was like, they're talking about how British, how like the UK or whatever, they have different accents, and someone was like, how y'all have different accents? You guys are like 5 blocks away from each other. Like in the United States, it makes sense. There's a southern accent. It's a huge state, right? Or it's a huge country.
Yeah,
but they're like, how do you? Well, you guys are like a 15-minute walk, a light jog away from each other. Yeah, because they have like Cockney. They have like the Essex. Fucking roadman, I think, is like the teenage slang. Accents they have there. It's a huge thing. So that's what I thought they were just doing. I was like, I think they're just doing that Essex British connotations. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any favorite parts of this movie?
I really. The 2, they did the flip and wave, and then every time they did something cool with each other, they had like this like secret little handshake that ended with like the double peace sign that like touched fingers. Yeah,
we know twins, and they don't do that. Should I talk to them? It's like, hey, you guys are supposed to have like
why do you not have a secret handshake?
You guys have to have secret handshake, weird fucking alien twin languages. They always ham those sort of things up. They're like, oh yeah, when we were growing up, we didn't want our mom to know, so we were like calling her a bitch in our language.
I actually did. Growing up, I was probably like 12, and I knew some twins, and they had a language,
a secret language,
like a secret language that they talk to each other.
Oh man, twins nowadays are built different. I don't know if you know this, but do you know who the Island Boys are?
Oh, yes.
Did you see the controversy happening with them?
No.
They kissed each other.
Oh.
Like, not like a peck. They were... Yeah,
all of a sudden, Island Boys got a whole new connotation.
Yeah, they even opened up OnlyFans, and they're like, it got reported immediately for incest. I don't know how deep that went.
Right?
I don't want to know how deep it went.
Oh, yeah. That's bad phrasing. I didn't deep that way.
But yeah. It was fun. Like the little twin things that they have.
Yeah.
That was cool. Again, I think you probably agree with me. That whole flipping wave to the clerk was probably one of the best portions of this movie.
Yes.
The ridiculousness of the trampoline scene. I was like, what is going on right now? I was so confused.
Right. It was a trampoline like competition between the two of them, and it was like. When they filmed it, they were like, oh, that's 15 minutes, but we need to make it 7. Yeah. But don't cut it, just speed it up.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually watched that scene 3 times because I was like, I'm missing something here. There's something here that I'm missing.
Yeah.
Let me rewind it. And I was like, oh no, this is just a really weird competition. Like, I feel like a better scene would have been like, oh, hey, can I go through your closet? And like, she's like, oh my god, it looks like a fucking Savers in here.
Right? Yeah.
I think they're poor. I think that would have been like one of those things where, oh, I am superior in financial status than you guys.
Right.
That would have been funny. Yeah. That I think would have been a funnier bit than this whole weird flip competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually when a movie has a good director, he's like, "No, we're gonna cut that. That's weird." Right? Like, is there any scenes that you thought they could have cut out?
Besides that was like a silliness that, like, they didn't make the movie funny enough to give that a place.
Yeah.
So it just was like this silly, out of place kind of moment. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Is there anything you wish they would have added in?
I don't like. I kind of wanted them to be a little bit more like with the new friends.
A little more time with the new friends, right?
Yeah, because like they were like, hey, this is Rainbow, and then this is this person, and this is this person, and then they just were like, and next, and it was like, oh, why even introduce them if you're not gonna?
Yeah, if you're not gonna at least give them, not like, you don't have to give them a whole subplot.
Right.
As like individually, but give them a subplot together.
Yeah, at least make have Tiffany do something individually mean to each one of them.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, would have been perfect. Or like, or having to have the. I know the girls are on a partial scholarship, but like, oh, now we have to work together.
Right.
Would have been like a cool. Yeah, just like, I think there's just a little bit of small additions that this movie could have made to where it would have been like, oh, that was pretty funny, or that was a fun movie to watch. Yeah, the conflict is pretty like low ball here. I mean, I was like, all right, so they have to go to public school or whatever.
Right, but that was funny. It was like, we got to go to public school, and they have to ride the bus because for some reason, if you're going to public school, Dad's limo can't drive you there.
Yeah, but she's like, it smells like bologna in here. I was like, ugh.
And somebody shoots her with silly string.
But I was just. In my head, I was just picturing it's like, this bus smells like bologna, and that's so disgusting.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this just another commentary on poor people? Poor people smell like bologna because they can't afford soap.
Because it's not a real meat. It's just like, it's like a poor person meat.
But when's the last time you had bologna?
It has been a long time. But I used to love bologna as a... Even through like,
you have to blame Oscar Mayer for that ditty that they did. Was it my bologna has a first name?
It's OSCAR. My bologna is a second name. It's MAYER.
Yeah. Oh man, you don't ever underestimate the power of a good jingle.
Right. Yeah.
Because I forgot what I was like. I was talking to my coworker earlier today, and I was like, "Oh, come on, you know that it's like bum 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 bum. She's like, oh, I do know that.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man, but yeah, this movie, we forgot to tell you, but we're gonna start stretching out the episode just a little bit longer, and I don't think I can pad this out anymore.
Hey, so Reese Witherspoon actually was a producer on this.
I saw that, and I was like disappointed in her.
And they mentioned her enough that I wanted her to just do like a walk on.
Yeah, that would have made this movie 100 times better.
Yeah,
if she just did a little cameo at the end,
right?
And she's like, all right, here's the scene. Burst through the door. She's like, Dean Saggy Titties, your favorite student is here. I hear that you're trying to expel my cousin.
Right.
Was it cousin or niece?
Niece.
No, is it niece?
No.
Oh, no, I think it's cousin. It is cousin. Yeah. She's like, I heard you're trying to expel my niece or my cousin. You know, how dare you, Saggy Titties?
Right.
Did you get rid of Tai Chi Tuesdays? Oh, a callback. See, that would have been great, right? Because it's a callback, and it's funny because the secretary is like, I think you need Tai Chi Tuesdays. It'll center you.
Like with Tiffany was like walking out, and she's like, I'm gonna sue you, and then you see her Reese stand in the back and like, no, because this school's got a better lawyer than your dad does.
Yeah. She's like, I know your dad's lawyer, and no,
right, yep,
you're not gonna win that fight. See, yeah, if you're gonna be like a executive producer or whatever for this thing, you could have took the afternoon.
Right, yep.
You could have took the afternoon to walk onto this movie. If not her, Luke Wilson, her husband,
right,
another guy who just pops in wherever he wants now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so funny that his brother has gotten way bigger than him. For a while, Luke was like the premier Wilson.
Right, because he's definitely the better looking one.
Is he though? They kind of look alike to me.
They kind of look alike.
One's just a brunette, and the other one's just a blonde. But then, Owen Wilson has been able to show that he has dramatic acting chops. Marley and Me,
that's right,
had a nation crying.
Yeah, and weirdly impressive when he was the agent from the Loki series.
Oh yeah, oh man, I'm so excited for season 2.
Yeah, it was an interesting where like he wasn't the funniest one.
Oh yeah,
like he wasn't the hey, here's a serious movie, you're the comic relief.
Oh, yeah, it's funny because they're able to play off each other,
right?
So like at some points, Owen Wilson is the straight man, and Tom Hiddleston is like the funny one. Yeah, that's a really great dynamic, and I'm all for that going forward, where one person doesn't have to just be the stoic,
right? Yep.
Donald Glover and Mel Gibson type of situation. Yeah. See, they could have had Luke Wilson just walk onto here too, and he's all like, "Sorry, but my wife is the best," even though he's a lawyer too.
Right. Yep.
And you're not suing anybody, Tiffany. You look like a bad idea. Oh man! All right. Well, we might as well just go ahead and top this off now. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check out our other monthly themes.
So much good stuff I've been going through. Man, I forget all the different stuff we've done. Fictional History Month. What's a fictional sports month?
Yeah, basketball. Yeah, we have a lot for you. We definitely have something for everybody out there. But if this is the first time you guys are joining us, we do our reviews in 4 different sections. We have Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and the Ultimate Box Collection. Colby, where are you going to be at for this one?
Okay, so if we're doing like the Legally Blonde set and then it just gets thrown in, I guess we could do a box set on this.
That's cheating.
Individually, I feel like streaming might be all that I could handle. My daughter is now of an age where she would not watch this movie.
Yeah.
But kind of like the little reviewer girl said that when she said she was 13. Yeah, I could see this being a huge hit for
like
girls in that age range.
Yeah, like 9 to 12.
Yeah.
Or 9 to, I don't know. Kids are growing up so fast now with fucking phones on, like supercomputers in their pockets. Like, you know what? I would definitely blow the mind out of anybody from the 1930s if I showed him my phone.
Right.
Like, I would go up to one of those, because they used to say a computer would take up a whole floor.
Right.
I would go up there and that whole room, not a pant not soiled.
Right.
Everyone's nutting in their pants.
What did it? There was a comedian who was talking about that, and he was like, "I only have to go back in time like 8 years to blow my mind," and it'd be like, "Hey, me."
Oh,
what's that? What's that you're listening to? A mixtape? What is it? Was that got like your 12 favorite songs on? I'm from 8 years in the future. Take that tape out, snap it in half. Yeah, that size. That's what we listen to our music on. Oh, what songs does it carry? Every song that was ever made and every song that's going to ever be made, all on there.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So, like, this movie might, like, if this was 10 years ago, I'd have been like, oh, yeah, anyone from, like, 9 to 12 would love this movie. Now I might have to be like, well, any girl from 7 and 9 would be fine with this movie.
Right.
I don't know. I have a niece that's growing up with an iPad on her hand.
Yeah, because you think about it, like I wasn't watching horror movies till I was 16, and then at the comic store, and you had like 8-year-old kids who were like, "Oh, Walking Dead comic, I watched this series."
Yeah, Colby's like, "Oh,
that's my favorite show." What?
The 8-year-old's like, "Oh, hey, Colby, can I have the comic book Crossed?"
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't get that to you. I'm cool, but none of that. I'm not gonna risk your mom finding this comic.
I read the first 30 episodes online. Can I?
Can I get it? I love the part where the body's cut in half and the dude sticks a dick in it. Yeah, this movie, by the way, is that's a definite scene on Cross.
It is,
by the
yeah.
way. What's it called? This movie, yeah,
And that's the cover.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. When Colby had the shop, he had to keep that like with the cardboard in the front.
yeah, it was top shelf.
Yeah. This movie is a stream for me. I don't have a daughter to show this movie to, so and if I did, she's like, put that away, Dad. We're watching Mad Men today. Like, no, we're not. But how am I supposed to get my advertising chops on order? She like smacks her mom's ass like, "Give me another one, Mom." She like wiggles her milk cup. I was like, okay, we have to stop watching Mad Men. I'm sorry. Yeah, this movie,
and you're like disgusted but so proud at the same time.
I know. And then she'll grow up resenting me. She's like, "You always wanted a son." I was like, "Listen, I didn't make you watch Mad Men. You wanted to." I swear, I told your mother. I thought you were a sociopath. Yeah, I feel like this movie will forever be on streaming services. I don't know if, like, who was it? Madhouse that does all those like releases of like cult movies or whatever. I don't think they're gonna put this in production.
Yeah.
But yeah, stream. It's fun if you're like a huge Legally Blonde fan, which I'm pretty sure there's a couple people out there that are like, Legally Blonde is on my top 5 guilty pleasure list.
I could totally see that. I mean, like it was a fun movie. Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna want to watch this. You might be disappointed a little bit, but you gotta watch it. It's a part of the lore now.
Right. Exactly.
That Elle Woods has British cousins. Oh man! All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us once again, and make sure to check out our links down below where we have our Amazon affiliate links. I know Prime just happened for us, but we don't know when this is coming out. But you're gonna go shopping on Amazon anyway. You filthy animals.
Right. Yeah. Half your stuff you buy is from Amazon. So we might as well get that 1% kickback.
Right.
Please.
just keep feeding that Bezos empire.
And even if you don't feed the Bezos empire, we still want you to follow our social medias. Give us a like and a share, and send us some suggestions. Tell us how you thought, what you thought about this movie.
And tell us any future recommendations you guys want us to do throughout the years to come for this show.
Right?
Yeah, that would be fun. We always want to do more user interaction and all that stuff. And probably the best place is the Facebook. The Facebook page. Kobe has his eyes glued on that like Sauron.
But we got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got
TikTok, YouTube, and all that stuff. And me and Kobe have started to do a little bit more video stuff. So definitely check out those shorts. I'm thinking about calling the segment of video calls, but we'll see.
Oh.
Yeah,
I could see that. That works.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music Podcast 3, and our Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.